Welcome to Basement Quality Banter episode 30. Operating solo again tonight while my podcast partner in crime, Angus, is currently engaged in an involuntary sabbatical of questionable productivity. Tonight I'm sipping on the Nitro Cereal Milk Stout from Garage Project, known as the Breakfast of Champions. Cornflakes, oats, chocolate wheat, heaps of lactose, sweet, full-bodied mouthfeel. Yum, yum, very nice. We had heaps of positive feedback with our chat from our chat with Lockie Crothers from Faf Beer last week. If you haven't listened to it, please do. It was also great to see so many people posting on the socials with their Faf cans over the last week. For those who are watching on YouTube, I am wearing the Faf shirt, which arrived today, feeling fresh. On the back, it's Faf Brewers, which is really cool. And it was part of the funds raising for the first FAF beer. So much love to FAF. In other beer news that we didn't get to last week, of course, the ACCC has blocked the company behind Kegstar from purchasing the failed Convoy keg pooling business on competition concerns. Unless they have someone else in mind to buy the business, I can't see how this benefits anyone. Smaller producers need access to kegs to move product, and costs involved with purchasing, tracking, and maintaining their own fleet made the rental system much more feasible. How many times have you seen Facebook Marketplace with people selling keg barbecues? They go missing and they're hard to keep a hold of. In other news, Slipstream have released their new Wild Brew. It's a black sour. Wild Black, it's a fantastic looking beer. Backing up the amazing gold and green wilds. 750ml wax sealed bottles of brilliance. Toasted malts, aged 16 months in barrel, with their mixed culture of Brettanomyces, Lactobacillus, and Pediococcus. Sounds delish. I will get that because I loved the green and gold versions. King River Brewing have released Lumberjack. It's a collaboration with Audacious Monk Cellars. It's a smoked red gum, whiskey-infused Belgian amber, brewed light to allow the whiskey and malt character to shine through. It really sounds interesting. It's using a bespoke whiskey from Blackwoods Distilling Co. and single origin Voyager Craft Malt. It sounds sort of like a Boilermaker in one. It's available at Audacious Monk in Preston, and there is a small amount apparently on the King River website. So if that sounds like your jam, go for it. The federal court has ordered the liquidation of Lost Palms Brewing, which is sad for all those involved, especially small suppliers and the team. Interested to see if anyone takes up the property and equipment as a new concern. I don't know if many people would be doing that, maybe mountain culture. We could do with a mountain culture in Queensland. In more bad news, the Misfit Tap House has had to shut the shop only weeks after opening in the old Wayward Brewing site after being unable to reach an agreement with the landlord. Hopefully the Social Brewers, Queens of Chaos and Sundowner Brewing will find another site because I thought that was a really good idea, but it sounds like it hasn't worked out. For those in the Queensland brewing industry, there's an interactive roundtable being held on the 19th of November across a number of Queensland venues and online, with a focus on the future of independent brewing in Queensland and including suppliers. Those interested probably have received an email invitation already, and I really think the more who jump onto that event will benefit the industry as a whole. Really keen to see what happens with that. Matic, our favourite Belgian brewing place in Ashmore on the Gold Coast, is releasing a new beer called Mad Monk, a 9.8% maple orange rum infused red triple. It's a collab beer by Matic, Wheat Oat Distillery, and Saccharomyces Beer Cafe. It celebrates 10 years of Saccharomyces, and there's quite a lot of breweries jumping onto some special beers for Saccharomyces' 10th birthday. You can also try it at Maddox's fourth birthday party on the 1st of November as well. The flavours they're described Sounds really interesting. Maple and orange in a red triple. That sounds really cool. Next up, I had Gage Roads from WA have become the first sponsors of the Perth Bears, which will join the NRL in 2027. The Mal Meninga coach team who will play games in Perth and in North Sydney, where they North Sydney Bears started, and will be pouring beers at both venues as part of the deal. Considering they also have rights to pour at the Optus Stadium, this makes sense. I'm not sure about the stadium they're going to be playing at in Perth. I think it is the smaller one in a rectangle stadium too. Moving to NRL, as part of that, there was some big news today. Ryan Papenhausen has been given an immediate release. I think we all assume it means he's going to the R360 rugby comp as a marquee signing. I would love to have him back at my West Tigers, but I can't see that move. David Fafita signed with the Rabbitohs, which I'm sure hurts all the Titans fans, considering how much they paid for him and what performance they got in return. Some Souths supporters aren't exactly happy either. Some of the posts I've said, they don't think Latrell and David will be on the field at the same time most games. So yeah, their performance is really good when they're on, but when they're off, they're off. So that's quite interesting to see. I really think the whole league supporters community is getting tired of contracts not being worth the paper that they're written on, with people chopping and changing in the middle of seasons and immediate releases and payments going from old clubs to new clubs to make up the difference of the cap and things like that. It's yeah. The Pacific champions have been great. Toa Samoa have showed how good they really are. At Suncorp last week, 45,000 drenched and patient fans really got behind them and Tonga, especially after the game was suspended for over an hour after lightning. I don't think I've seen so many Samoan flags. It was really cool to see. The Ashes in rugby league's been played at the moment. I don't think it really should be called the Ashes. That's a cricket story. Um, Call it a Australian UK Test match or name it after players who have supported, both teams or something. Anyway, I wish though, well, Australia's doing so much better than England, but I'd love it to be back here and our Aussies playing in the Pacific Championships like our women's team, the Jillaroos are. I think a Toa Samoa game versus the Kangaroos would be really good. F1. So Mexico GP result has meant that Norris is now leading the championship with Max Verstappen not far behind. I hope this puts a firecracker up Piastri's bum and he comes back stronger in Brazil. I'm pretty sure that Mark Webber has had a few choice words with Zach Brown and Andrea Stella, so it really doesn't seem like he's getting the good car there. Who do our listeners here think will take it out? Those F1 fans among us, keen to see what you think. So, on this very quick potty, that's enough banter from me. Keep in touch on the Basement Quality Banter group, Facebook group that is, watching YouTube, listening to our sultry voices on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you're a brewer wanting to feature your beer, feel free to slip into my DMs. We love talking and tasting beers and getting the story behind some of these beers and how they came about. So I will leave you all to your days or your nights, wherever you listen to us or watch. And yeah, feel free to drop us a line if you wish. And thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Basement Quality Banter. Cheers all. Bye.